Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about three crypto in particular. One, of course, always Bitcoin. And we're seeing a very rare opportunity happening right in front of our eyes. And also, let's talk about big moves coming for not only Solana, but also Ethereum. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Today isn't a bad day. Not a bad day at all. You can see Bitcoin try to surpass 63.7. Unfortunately, unable to do it twice, so that does seem like it's now a support turn resistance, but it's just a matter of time. We're going higher, right? And there are so many positive things happening in this space right now. Okay? So here's an interesting signal or metric or chart or index. The Coinbase premium suggests that a major turnaround could be coming. And here's why. You might be wondering, what is the Coinbase premium? All right, so this is a phenomenon because Coinbase is the biggest exchange out there. Okay, well, at least by far in the US. Other parts of the world is probably Binance, but still, Coinbase is huge. So everyone tends to buy on Coinbase and sell on Coinbase. Even the German government is choosing Coinbase to dump its Bitcoin, right? So whenever you see massive FOMO, you see a premium, meaning it costs more to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase versus everywhere else. But when you have massive panic dumping, it's the same thing. Bitcoin becomes cheaper than everywhere else. So there's this premium phenomenon that only seems to happen on Coinbase. You really don't see it anywhere else. But right now, if I remove my camera, you'll see that the premium is way in the negative, right? We haven't seen this kind of negative level going all the way back to like October of 2023. And you know when that was? When Bitcoin was around $25,000. Right? So again, if you're looking at this, this is a rare opportunity. We haven't seen Bitcoin this sold off since October 2023 when Bitcoin was still below 30,000 and started climbing. There are a lot of signals like this that is showing that, hey, this is a rare opportunity for people to load up on Bitcoin because when it's ready to move, we will not look back and it will continue to move forward and set new highs along the way, right? So this is a major signal if you look at this, right? Just like some of the other ones I mentioned before, like that relate to minor capitulation and ETF inflows, right? We have seen many of them. Here's another one that's showing that somehow, right, addresses is blowing up right now. You could see since March of this year, actually, the number of new addresses actually have been going down in terms of the new ones being created, right? But now you could see there's a huge sudden influx. Again, what does that mean? That means this may be a turning point, that there are a lot of new retail and institutional investors that are loading up at this point, possibly because they know it's cheap. And the signals and the charts and the indicators are all saying that a turnaround is soon, right? We're seeing some of the same oversold levels as October and September 2023, when Bitcoin again was below 30,000. We're more than double of that, and we're seeing the same kind of things trigger, right? That is awesome. Awesome indeed. And here's something else that's measuring volatility. Okay, which shows kind of goes with the capitulation, right? When you have low volatility, generally speaking, that's good. When things go up, when there's high volatility, that means things tend to go down. And right now, according to this, volatility is quite low and has been for quite some time. And you can see the last few times this happened, guess what? It was a turning point for Bitcoin going upwards. Again, another signal that's indicating We're in a rare opportunity. Bitcoin is ready to climb. It really is. It really is. And of course, you have another one right here. Well, there's just endless, guys. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but here's another one. You can see right there, the BBWP indicator. Okay, and again, when this shows, hey, look at the previous time, 2016, 2018, 2020, 2023, and now 2024. Only once in 2018 did we actually see the signal measure a bottom, or I should say measure a capitulation point where the market turns downwards. But all the other times was a precursor to a major rally afterwards, right? Again, just look at all the previous times. Only one time, 2018, it signaled a bottom was coming. Every time else, it's signaling great things are coming. A big pump is coming again. So we have so many of these that are showing that Bitcoin is ready to break out. I could show endless of them. Here's some charts. Here's one that's showing a trend line that Bitcoin is broken. So that's a really simple one, right? Whenever we have a trend line that we can't seem to break, and yes, we had it since 72,000, but here's the thing. That 72,000 was less than a month ago. It was only 3 weeks ago. Again, you know, in crypto, it seems like everything moves so fast, right? Seems like, oh, it's been forever. Like forever since Bitcoin is above 70,000. No. Just 3 weeks ago, we were above 70,000. And we could be above 70,000 by the end of this week too. Things move really quickly sometimes in crypto, right? So that's why you always want to stay strong and focus on the future and DCA while you can. Because again, if get that turnaround, right? We're going to have massive short squeezes. There are billions upon billions of billions of short contracts out there. We're going to get massive short squeezes that will push us right back up to 70,000 in no time. And you know what's after 70,000? 90,000, 100,000. According to this cup and handle pattern, we're going straight up to 300,000 in a straight line, in a moonshot upwards. I'm kidding, okay? No, it won't be that quick, but there's no reason to think that we can't hit 300,000 by the end of the cycle. It may seem far-fetched right now at 60-something thousand. It may seem like that's impossible, but just wait until later this year when we break above 100,000 and we head to 125, 150, right? If we're at 150, hitting 300,000 is no longer inconceivable. It will not be a joke, and it will look like a reality. And it's the same thing I said when Bitcoin was below 20,000. When Bitcoin fell below 20,000 and we were at 15, 16,000, I told everyone to stay strong. We will break through our 69,000 top, and we will hit a new high into 6 figures and 7 figures eventually. But back then, no one listened, right? But the people that did, that continued DCA along the way, they're way in the green, way in the profit right now, right? And that will be the case. We're already seeing it. You just have to wait a little bit longer. That's really what it comes down to. Just having a little bit more patience, right? So, rare opportunity, of course. One of those rare opportunities where, yeah, we have gone sideways for many, many, many months, almost 4 months now, right? And all the signals and indicators and technicals are showing that we are ready to move higher, right? So as long as the miners stop capitulating and we're getting the end, right, of that, the inflows start coming back in the ETFs, which is already happening. We still have a rate cut to look forward to. We got a presidential election, right? Only thing we have to really worry about is whether or not the German government continues to dump. But even so, that will stop eventually. And then I guess let's see what happens to the Mt. Gox distribution, right? Will everyone really just dump all their Bitcoin? I think not. So we'll see. Now, we are in a new month, right? And this month, I showed the chart this morning, this month is looking like it's going to be green. If you base it on history, more often than not, July is a very green month. So that's for Bitcoin. But what about some others, right? What about something like Solana? Well, many think that Solana is going to get a big boost. In fact, it did get a little boost recently, like a 20% boost after Van Eyck decided to file an application for Solana ETF, right? Which I still think there's a really good chance that it could happen later this year. At least approval. I don't know about trading, but I think it's going to happen. There's no reason why the SEC will deny it. But anyways, so that's a big take, right? Like ETF approval, that caused a big commotion, but I think that's just the beginning. If you're measuring everything else out there, of course, like DEX volume on Solana is higher than Ethereum, mostly driven by Jupiter, right? So if you're looking at fundamental, DEX volume, transactional volume, number of addresses, number of users, basically all sky high, and many of these metrics are higher than Ethereum already. So if you're looking at fundamentals, you can't argue Solana's fundamentals is very good, vastly better than many of the other chains in the space, right? Here's something that you normally don't see. All-time high in monthly economic value, which means fees plus MEV at 91.3 million, okay? And you might say, well, why is high fees good? Well, here's the thing. Solana doesn't have a lot of high fees. So for it to have all-time high monthly fee means there's tremendous amount of volume happening on Solana, okay? We're talking about 4,000, 5,000 transactions per second versus 15, 20 of Ethereum. So that's fantastic. Of course, Solana is still driven by memes. There are still a lot of memes on there, right? WIF is coming up a little bit. Of course, we got so many others that are also blowing up. And you get like, last count was like 500,000 new memes coming on Solana per month now. Per month. Probably the reason why the fees are, so high. But yeah, Solana is definitely one to pick up. I do think it's going to do very, very well. If you're just looking at everything, putting it all together, yeah, big moves are coming, right? But what about Ethereum? Well, let's not forget Ethereum is also get its ETF. It's go get it first. So it's rumored that it could happen as soon as this month. Solana ETF may not happen until next year. However, Ethereum ETFs could be coming as soon as this month. That's right, this month. And if it hits this month, can Ethereum hit 6,500 later this year, which would mean about double, about double from where it is. It certainly can. And that's just this year. What about 2025? Ethereum could be hitting as high as 15,000 by the end of 2025, right? So I think the ETFs, once they hit, will make a big difference, especially if the market starts moving into the parabolic bull stage, right? That's when things really start moving. That's when the ETFs will get billion plus inflow per day, not over weeks, per day, right? So I think that's definitely something that I think people are underestimating right now, right? And if you're looking at just the overall supply being held, it's all-time high, all-time high. So again, when it comes to price, supply and demand, right? Demand is going to skyrocket after those ETFs happen, and supply, even though it's not set, still very limited. So fantastic. So can big moves come for Ethereum? I definitely think so. What else is there? Well, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I saw for today was this. The U.S. Marshals chooses Coinbase to safeguard and trade his large cap digital asset portfolio. Why does the U.S. Marshals Service have large cap digital asset portfolios? I don't even know how they have crypto. Maybe it's from the ones they confiscated, or they are buying crypto directly and now storing it on Coinbase. I don't quite know, but it sounds impressive, right? So we'll take it, I guess. We'll take it. Coinbase is custodian to like $30+ billion worth of Bitcoin and crypto, I think overall, to many companies out there, including MicroStrategy and so forth. So here's another one to add to, to their clientele list. All right. That's pretty much it. Overall, today's a pretty good day, mostly in green. Some have turned red, but still, it's a very positive day all around, right? And we'll see. I actually don't have ETF numbers. Tomorrow, we'll see. But I have a feeling today, the ETF inflow was positive once again. A lot of the crypto-related stocks, or Bitcoin-related stocks, I should say, turned very green today. So I think it's going to be good. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oops, I forgot to. I don't have a drink with me. Oh, boy. All right, let me scroll up. Let's see if I missed anything. Pete Jr., the Sony thing I talked about this morning. Something that they purchased a long time ago, and they just did nothing with it. So it just shows you that they are getting involved with crypto once again. Braden Ty Elon says, I'm feeling a FOMO right now. You should. It's really good. I mean, there are so many these signals, right? There's so many that indicate that a turnaround is coming. And once it comes, you don't know when, but when it does, it's going to be phenomenal. Let's see. High tier, hero tier. Why don't you talk about Kulo rug pull? No, it's not a rug pull, because what is there to talk about? There's not much going on right now. You know what? Rule number one when it comes to marketing, you got to talk about what's hot, what people want to know, or if something's going on, right? You got to go with the flow. Right now, there's not a whole lot to talk about Kulo, unfortunately. But the way you phrased it really irritates me. This almost sounds like you're trying to cause FUD. Tush Egg. When do you think COC will break all-time high? Right now, COC is also kind of weak, like most memes right now, right? Because alts have taken a beating after Bitcoin came down. So you just got to wait. Later this year, I think around September, October timeframe is when things really start moving, right? When they move, I think you're going to see a lot of alts, including the memes, especially the memes, go up back to their previous high and beyond, right? So I think we're going to see that again. We saw a brief stint of it in February and March, really March, and then things start cooling down after in April and May, right? But I think we're going to get back up there. Will FET come back? It got wrecked. No, it did not. And yes, it will come back. Almost all the new conversions that's going to happen, it's going to be converted to FET first and then ASI. GME Roaring Kitty on Sol. Well, it kind of died down after first of all, his live stream was horrifically horrible. So I don't know if he actually had another one. And then he today backed Chewy. So that made GME drop. And yeah, GME dropped more today. I mean, him now backing something else besides GME, I think that turns off a lot of people. No, he was getting sued, and then the lawsuit got dismissed. I don't know if it's true, because there's no way he's getting sued and it got dismissed that quickly. So I don't know what's real, right? Did you see my reply about Legoland in Denmark? No. I've been to several Legoland. Denmark is where Lego, I believe, was created. Shown off. I have no idea. Salamander, your view on Caspas? You mean just Caspa, or is there something called Caspas? I'm not terribly knowledgeable about Caspa. I just know a lot of people still mine it. I guess it's still profitable to mine Caspa, but I don't know too much about it. It had a terrific run in 2023, and now it seems to have died down. Sith Lord, do you think alts will not rise as much this cycle due to so many new coins, which seems like it would dilute the capital out there? Well, that's true. That's true. Like, for example, I don't think Doge and SHIB, you know, if they get back to their previous high, which I probably think it will still happen, but, you know, to do multiples after the all-time high, I don't think it will happen anymore. I think all that liquidity is going to go to the new memes, right? So I think there's something to that, to what you're saying, but I think the good ones, like for example Sol and ETH, will break through the previous highs and continue further. Lego sets at Barnes and Noble, like what? Daily dose. George, do you know if the jobless claims will be, what will it be? I don't know, man. Recently, the numbers have been pretty like whack because it just seems like some of it is like now fudged. So I have no idea like if it's gonna come in high or low. Last time it came in high, a little bit higher, I think last week. I don't know about this week. Can you explain why the German government shouldn't sell an open market through a SEX? Because you have over the trade, over the counter, where you can sell all of it and not affect the price. Why do you think when MicroStrategy buys like 800 million or 500 million or a billion Bitcoin, it doesn't move the price? Because he buys an OTC. So that's why. And it doesn't make any sense. If you're trying to sell, why would you try to sell when you know that you go dump the price? So you're actually going to get less for it. You might want to check Michi and Hammy. You know what? I just don't check memes these days because all of them dump. Okay? Every single one dump. And it doesn't seem like there's any good ones anymore. Mark Air, you asked me if I saw your Legoland reply from Denmark, and I said no, I didn't see it, and then you're asking it again. Instead of asking me, just say again what you said, because no, I did not see your reply. GT says CPI will come in lower this month. Watch. You know, there's another FOMC meeting this month. If we get some really good inflation readings, meaning inflation goes down, and economy numbers are going down, for example, like jobless claims, then it gives Powell ammunition to cut the Fed fund rate faster. Let's see what's the percentage. It should be like near 0% because it's anticipated to be moved to, yeah. Right now, it's 100% chance that end of this month there is no rate cut, but that could very well change with some new data. I'm losing faith in Celestia. What are your thoughts? I'm thinking about cutting my losses. You know what? I don't know. It's just one of those that did really well earlier this year, and it kind of lost momentum after everything started falling. Do I think they still have a chance to come back up? Yes. I do think there's something to it. There's like a Cosmos Labs or some kind of like incubator. I remember reading that they incubate a lot of Celestia or Cosmos projects. I think they may have put a lot of money into Celestia projects. But you know, overall, I haven't heard much from them, but they're like a data availability layer and storage. I think they could come back. But again, when you're comparing to some of the others, I could see how you may want to make a change. Should I keep my fetch on Coinbase? Then you have your answer. Why would you keep your fetch on Coinbase if they're not supporting a merger? Of course, move it off. How much do you need to make off this bull run to quit YouTube? I would say if everything goes smoothly and I do a 10x with my portfolio, that would be more than enough. Way more. Even like 5x is good, but 10x would be great. But then I'll still probably do something. I'll still be part of IFC, and then I'll probably still do my Sunday walk videos, and maybe I'll just branch out into other things. Warren says, hey George, when looking at certain alt prices, sometimes I look for a discrepancy in the price chart and market cap. Is this a useful way to notice a coin printing itself to hell? Well, now CoinMarketCap actually tells you if there's more unlocks happening. So then you don't have to guess. Only some though. It doesn't have it on all of them. Like, for example, what was one? Like Sui. I know a lot of people did not like it, but like Sui has a token unlock and it shows you like how many more is being released, right? So ever since the unlock, you could see that Sui basically doubled its circulating supply and there'll be more coming. So it's nice to see stuff like this. So then you can actually see, it breaks it down how much they actually have and so forth, right? It's nice. But yeah, when there's an enormous amount of tokens waiting to be unlocked over the years, that would definitely not help. It will definitely price suppress it, right? I think FET mostly because Coinbase does not convert any conversions. This happened with Gala. When Gala converted to V3 or V2 or V3, Coinbase also said they will not support it. FET also did the same thing. Like they did the same thing with FET basically. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. I mean, it's $3 billion. So the merge is happening, right? Where Singularity and Ocean are both being converted to FET, and the FET will be converted to ASI. It's kind of weird they renamed already because that conversion has not happened yet. But still, I think Coinbase is kind of screwing things up. But yeah, if you want to get your things converted, you definitely want to move off Coinbase. Even FET. Because eventually when they convert to ASI, Coinbase will not do it. Do you think Polygon's going to be irrelevant this bull cycle like other L1s? I think Polygon might actually struggle. I don't know. They're kind of falling and falling and falling because they're losing momentum to all the other L1s and L2s. You know, all the other L2s right now are really dominating and eating Polygon's lunch. It was the biggest L2 and now it's kind of like 5th or 6th. So I don't know. I hope they don't. I hope they continue to rise back up, but they are losing a lot of momentum to all the other L2s out there. Yeah, Gala is still, man, Gala is still way, way, way off from the previous high. They're still like down like tremendously from their 2021 high. So like someone like Gala, I just don't see going back to their previous high. Yeah, it's just too far off. Mark, you still didn't answer the thing about Legoland. Now you changed it. I appreciate what you said, but you didn't say what about Legoland. Have you been to Legoland Denmark headquarters? No, I have not. I've never been to Denmark. I do hear that they give out a secret tour every year, but you have to like, there's a lottery system for it, so not everyone could go, and you got to pay like $10,000 to go or something. Do you think L2s will pump as well when ETH ETFs S1s get approved? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if other L2s will actually pump because of it. I really don't. It may, because there's a slight connection, but I really don't know. That's an interesting one. All right, guys. I'll let you go. I'm still feeling tired from my trip in this morning. But hey, you guys know there's a big, rare opportunity to grab some Bitcoin right now, right? And same thing with Solana, ETH, and many others. So stay strong, my friends. I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time as always, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.